What's up, y'all? I know I made a Colby Covington video weeks ago, and I said that would be it, but I just couldn't resist. Look, I wanted to tell y'all exactly why, and every detail why I defend Jorge Masvidal over Colby Covington and their case going on right now. Look, if you think it's because I'm a big Colby Covington hater, I'm not. All right, look, I agree. Let me say what I do agree with as far as most people. I agree it's wrong that if you lie, Jorge already had 25 minutes to do something about it in the cage. He couldn't do it. I understand that. I'm not saying he lost here, so he needs to jump him. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm also not saying that it was probably the right thing for him to do, sucker punching him, hitting him from the side. He should have walked straight up and said, "Hey, what's up, Colby?" and hit him, blast him. I agree. Now, let me tell you what I don't agree with what Colby did. For weeks before the fight, and even after the fight, that first week or two after the fight, he was openly saying he would fight Jorge in a street fight. He'd be willing to put him unconscious and kill him and all this other stuff. He did say that even after their fight. So in my eyes, that gives Jorge Masvidal a chance to say, "Hey, okay, well then let's go." You know what I mean? That's just how I feel. I mean, look, and the thing is, as much as it hurt Jorge to lose that fight, he probably wouldn't admit it. But I'm willing to say losing the fight itself didn't really hurt Jorge that much. Jorge's had his butt kicked 15 other times. He's actually been knocked out before and embarrassed on live TV. And he's actually been beat worse than what Colby did to him. Do I agree that Colby beat him in the cage and is what it is? Yeah, it's Jorge's fault. Jorge needs to understand that and say, "Hey, I got to fix the wrestling. I got to do whatever I got to do." Or just simply accept the fact that Colby is a better fighter than me. That's perfectly fine. Now, the problem is Colby said things like like I said, he'll fight him in the street. He'll do all these things. When Jorge hit him, and he was aware that Jorge hit him, he should have stood his ground and said, "All right, let's go," and then beat up Jorge Masvidal. That's what he should have done. That's why I'm not cool with Colby pressing charges. Look, a lot of you are saying that because a lot of you are cool with running your mouth and saying all this and that. You can't do that and not expect a reaction. Look, after the fight, if Colby had just left it at that and bragged about it, said, "Hey, I beat him up, ha, ha, ha." And if somebody asked him, "Would you fight him in the street?" and he would have just said, "No, I mean, it is what it is. That's his problem. He couldn't do anything about it." And then Jorge went and jumped him. Then, yeah, Jorge's completely in the wrong. I wouldn't even be a fan of Jorge Masvidal because that's dirty. You got your butt kicked, deal with it. It is what it is. But no, he said openly he would do it. And the thing is, in a street fight, we all know, I've never been in a street fight. Hopefully I don't end up in one. But you got to imagine, there's no rules. People pull out guns and knives. And Jorge Masvidal has said people get shot and killed in street fights. So what makes you think it's going to be fair? You know what I mean? And I'm not justifying how Jorge hit him from the left side when Colby wasn't looking. But think about it. In all fairness, when they had the actual fight in the cage, Jorge got kicked in the nuts and he got poked in the eyes. So how's that fair? I'm not saying it would have changed the result, but it's still dirty, So, you know what I mean? So I'm not really going to say, I'm not saying Colby's a victim. He's not a victim. I feel like personally he got what he deserved. He did talk about his family and all that before the fight. That's part of the fight, Thing is, if you're Colby Covington, you're saying you'll fight him in the street and you know for a fact who just hit you, why didn't you fight? Why would you run off to the cops? See, that's where the thing is, you can't say, "Oh, now I'm not like that outside the cage." You can't say that. And even you fans out there, you can't do that. That's just not the way it works. Because there are some people that will take it serious. It's okay, let's do it then. Whatever, I'm saying it the clean way. So that's why I don't really, that's why I'm, to an extent, I'm defending Jorge Masvidal. Now, like I said, if Colby would have said, "No, I wouldn't fight him in the street for real because I already did it in the cage," he has to deal with that loss for the rest of his life. Or if it's the money's right, I'll fight him again. Then, hey, Colby's right to press charges. Right? I agree. Then Colby, I would take his side. Then Jorge's dirty because I'll say, "Hey, man, he didn't say he'd fight you in the street. You got your butt kicked. It is what it is. Deal with it, Jorge." That's what I would say. But no, he left the door open, and Jorge took advantage of it. For that reason, I don't think Jorge should go to prison. And at worst, he might have to pay some money. But that's why, if you're wondering why I've defended Jorge, and I'll continue to defend Jorge Masvidal to an extent, is Colby got what he deserved. He talked all that. He needs to back it up. That's all. I'm not saying Jorge's right for sucker punching him, but again, a street fight is not fair. That's the way it works. And again, they had the fight. It wasn't fair. He hit him in the nuts and he poked him in the eye. That's bullcrap, you know? So that's why, again, I'm not taking Colby's side or anybody else. The thing is, and I feel like personally, a lot of you out there would do the same thing, run your mouth, and then when you see the person straight up, you would, most of you, not all of you, most of you would just say, oh, I didn't mean any of that, or oh, no, you're actually cool, I think you're okay, or you would just walk away and not look for any conflict. It don't work that way, man. You do all that, and the person you talked about is there face to face with you, or you're aware of who hits you, you need to do something about it. Why would you run to the cops like a coward? That's the issue. You know what I mean? So Colby's dirty, and anybody who defends him, I feel like is dirty. But I thought I should explain my point better. If I did, you got it. Great. If you don't, screw you.